Michael Jordan wasn't out there dribbling 1,000 times, to get to the spot. He get to a spot and raise. Isaiah Thomas, as great of a handle Isaiah Thomas had, Isaiah get to a spot and raise. All these guys that I grew up, Grant Hill, get to a spot. I'm bigger than you.
Straight line.
Big Dog Robinson, I'm bigger than you. Allen Houston, all these great players, that I grew up watching and admiring. Penny Hardaway, yes, they could dribble the basketball, but it's no Tracy McGrady. Even as great as Tracy's handle was, I'm bigger than you. I'm gonna get to the spot in the least amount of dribbles. Kevin Garnett, it's
good footwork. Get
just
up over
good
top.
footwork. Get over the top. If I'm a bigger than you and I get you on my shoulder, I get you on my hip, I'm gonna use my size. I see it all the time. It's like I'll be on social media. It's like LeBron has no bag. It's like I'm sitting over here.
What is that?
LeBron has no bag, and I'm sitting like at 50 billion points.
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
Question of the day. What is a bag to a king? What is 1v1 to a man that has over 50,000 points in NBA history? What's good, everybody? Welcome to Outside the Playbook. I'm Jay, and today we're going to talk about 1v1, having a bag, player development, things of that nature. Just recently, Michael Beasley beat Lance Stevenson for $100,000 in a 1v1. Exciting 1v1. TNC, y'all got to let creators have the content. Y'all can't be doing all these claims and taking, channels down, taking videos down, whatever. Let us have the content. All right. This was a great event. It was a great 1v1. But a lot of times when Michael Beasley and 1v1 comes up, LeBron's name is thrown into the mix. And one of the things that was discussed on the OG podcast when Michael Beasley came on, everybody's talking about Michael Beasley beat LeBron 1v1. Beasley said, in essence, that story is kind of true. He was just always attacking LeBron in practice. Defensively, offensively, he was always going at LeBron because, for one, he is LeBron James, and two, Beasley is a competitive player, competitive dude, and he want to match up against the best. That's what you want from your players. That competitive fire, that competitive, attitude towards the game of basketball, not shying away from a matchup. But you step into practice, you step into a game, you step into a 1v1, 3, whatever it is. I want to measure up against the best, and that's the gist of the story. He corrected that. But one of the things that keeps coming up is LeBron James having a bag, which, everybody has a different perspective. Gil's Arena, they're going to touch on that in just a minute. But having a bag is not what makes you a great player. It can make you exciting. It can put you on a highlight reel. It's going to get clips. It's going to get views on social media. But that's not the gist of it that makes you a great player. So we're going to watch this video. We're going to check out what Gil's Arena had to say. And then I'm going to explain you my perspective on 1v1.
The whole bag talk, it seems like a more modern thing that's been added, but American Hooper's fascination, quote unquote, having a bag.
No, listen, he doesn't have a bag.
Bron does not have a bag.
No. No great has a bag. Did Kareem have a bag? You know what a bag is? Okay, so this era says bag. Our era.
All right, he's going to give his reason for saying that, but I think one of the greatest, most recognized shots, the sky hook, that can count as having a bag. But we'll let him explain his perspective.
A Sports Center player. He's the oohs and ahs guy. He's just there to try to get somebody to say, ooh, was it the dollar move, 10-cent finish, that nigga, that's the bag today.
Yes.
Where you have some trainer who wasn't good or decent as a player, learned a bunch of moves, and he's giving it to these kids, and these kids is coming down, we're gonna do this, we're gonna pop, we're gonna do the step back, we're gonna hold it, we're gonna fake, we're gonna do the spin.
All of that. But you can't make the shot.
If you are good, you're not wasting your time doing that because it's just easier. Like if I'm fast, my dribble is not because I'm gonna use my speed. So the faster you are, the less dribbling you have because you just, I don't need to sit here and try to cross you, I'm gonna just go by you.
Just right.
If I can jump over you, I don't need no other. I don't need to sit here and do this. It's just, what's happening? Meet me at the rim, right? So the more efficient players have less because they don't need all the extra stuff to try to get you to shift left and right and move back to back. The slower you are, the less athletic you are, you need more
all of that
attributes in your game to move people left and right.
I would counter that. Okay, my counter to that would be Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving has hovered around 50, 40, 90 for years. Widely recognized as having one of the greatest bags of all time. Now, this conversation has two different counters to it. I would, say yes, Kyrie. But then the other side is Kobe Bryant. Was he as efficient? No. But his skill level, his ability, his creativity, right, allowed him to be one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen. He can score back to the basket, pick and roll, isolation at the top of the key, isolation on the elbow, any different way that he can post up, he was going to have the ability to score from that particular spot or anywhere else on the court. Now, the argument about trainers, and this is something that I run into. I coach, high school basketball. This is a problem that I run into. Everybody seems to think that once I touch the basketball, let me just go to work. All right, 1 move, 2 move. All right, 3 move. Oh, should have took the shot, but I'm gonna do another move. Let me step back. Still not biting on it. Let me dribble some more. There's too much. Nobody needs to do all that. And this is the problem with trainers. They're giving kids all of these moves, but they're not giving them information. All right. The reason why, and this is something that I disagree with LeBron. LeBron has always stated that he doesn't play a lot of 1v1 because 1v1 is not real basketball. 1v1 is predicated on the idea that I can translate this to an actual game. This is the drop off between trainers that they don't necessarily put players in a situation to where I'm going to take everything we're doing right now, everything from this 1v1 matchup, I'm going to translate it to an actual 5v5 setting. That's the disconnect. That's where you lose development. That's where you fail the players. All right. And that's where LeBron is, probably making his assumption that 1v1 isn't real basketball. I've seen, a ton of Flight Reacts videos where he's playing 1v1. You shoot it, you miss a shot, the guy gets the rebound. He goes all the way to the opposite side of the court because he knows, number one, you're tired, and he has all the time in the world to shoot a wide open 3. Technically, that's not real basketball. That's not really 1v1. Here is what 1v1 looks like when I'm coaching. Okay. Now, let's do this. Let's zoom in a little bit. All right. Here's what 1v1 looks like when I coach basketball, okay? I'm going to take the drawing tool right here, all right? Let's say we're starting, just to keep it simple, let's start at the top of the key, all right? This is where we're going to check ball at, this area right here, top of the key. We're not going to use the corners. Cut all this off. Cut all this off. That's dead space, right? Now, all this area within here, you're thinking, okay, check up. We're just going to dribble all the way around till we get an open look, 20,000 dribbles, 20 different moves. Nah, not doing all that. Not doing all that. For dribbles, you get 3. That's it. Get to your spot. Make one move and go. Use your pivot. Use your footwork. Read the defender that's in front of you. All right. That's important too. Know thy enemy. What is his feet telling you to do? Is he telling you to attack the top foot? Is he shading you? Is he giving you an actual lane to the basket to where you attack straight away, swipe through, attack the basket, finish? You don't need all those dribbles. Give me 3. All right. And on top of that, you only get 5 to 7 seconds counting down. So as soon as you touch the ball, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Why? Because guess what? No matter where you are on the basketball court, you do not have a lot of time. You're not going to be in a situation where you get 20 dribbles and 30 seconds to burn clock trying to get to one move, trying to get one open shot. Don't need it. That's poor. That's poor offense. This is not the NBA. And guess what? Here's another thing. A lot of times scores in the NBA are a bad example for the lower levels because guess what? In the NBA, there's a 24-second shot clock. This is not universal at the high school level yet. This is not universal. Not all states have implemented the high school shot clock yet. So this is what you have to deal with, right? So 3 dribbles, 5 to 7 seconds. Now you ask, how does this translate to 1v1? Let's say, for example, we're not exactly at the top of the key. Let's say the isolation is over here on the wing in this area right here, okay? So instead of cutting off different areas, let's do this. 1v1 right here. As a matter of fact, I am going to cut off the corner. Can't go there. I'm going to cut this entire side of the court off. You cannot go over here. You must finish in this tight space right here, and you still have 3 dribbles, 5 to 7 seconds. Keep it efficient. Same rules apply. Different angle, different rules. Because guess what? If this player attacks here, in high school, they don't leave ball side shooter. They're not going to leave this shooter. Defense is going to stay with him. The help is going to come from over here. That's why we're not going on this side of the court. Again, how does it translate to an actual 1v1 scenario, translate to an actual 5v5 setting? You got to put rules, got to put restrictions, implement things to where you're actually going to see similar looks once you translate it to the game. Again, I see LeBron's point. This is an actual perspective on how you can take 1v1 and apply it to an actual game to where you're going to benefit. Gil's point as well, trainers giving you all these moves that you don't need. Can I blow by you, finish at the rim? Can I get to my spot and rise up? Also to LeBron's point, I have all of these points, 50,000+, and you're telling me I don't have a bag when the only thing I've done for the entirety of my career was get to my spot. So yes, having a bag is overrated. Knowing how to use what you got to get to your spot every single time, that's elite basketball. Not having $1,000 move and a 10-cent finish. Get this video a like, subscribe to the channel, let me know in the comments. Does LeBron James have a bag? That's one more for the good guys.